Grand Rising, y'all. Come on in the building this morning, y'all. Grand Rising. Grand Rising, y'all. Come on in the building, y'all. It's a beautiful Tuesday, y'all. It's a beautiful Tuesday. We're going to sage up, clear the energy, y'all. See what it is that God talking about this morning. I do have a download that I received last night about why the chosen appear to be lonely. I'm going to say appear because we know it ain't really loneliness, right? We do know that, right? But we're going to talk about that this morning because I get a lot of people who come and schedule sessions with me and coaching and all of that stuff. And the first thing people always talk about is how lonely or alone they felt. We're going to talk about it this morning, y'all. That's our topic. That's going to be our topic for this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning. So let me know as you guys join by tapping the screen. Why? Because that's energy transference. And I am an empath, right? I'm not a tarot card reader. I'm an empath. I read energy. I feel deeply for people. But I take that energy, transmute it into a message from the Most High. For y'all, child. Who is the Most High? God, child. We don't believe in nothing crazy over here. It's just one God. One higher power. One source. Broken out into a whole lot of stuff. Grand Rising, right? Broken out into a whole lot of other stuff, you know, after people came along. But as far as we know, it ain't but one, right? And we all serve one God. In whatever form you like, right? The form never mattered. For some people, God might be that man. For some, it may be a goddess because we are goddess, right? Some people may see God as the ocean. God is all things, right? So none of that is wrong. Right? None of that is wrong. That's why we are over here. Happy Tuesday, right? Because we have no judgment over here. We don't care as long as you know that there is a most high power. And that power is inside of all of us. Welcome to the live, y'all. Welcome to the live. I am the Lady Empath 1111. My little baby was sick yesterday. Now she got me over here struggling. My throat scratchy and itchy and my nose running. But we're going to go on, sip on my tea. Right? Sip on my tea and get y'all some messages. See, what you don't realize is that your song is certainly by Erykah Badu. What you don't realize is that your soul called you to something else, right? Your song is certainly by Erykah Badu. What you don't realize is that your soul called you to something else, right? You weren't looking for no love. Child, what is the love affair? You weren't looking for no love affair with yourself between you and God. You wasn't looking for it. You thought your life was your own. You thought you was looking for love in another person. You thought you was finna go here and find this girl or this dude and they was about to make you happy. You were not looking for a love affair. What is the love affair, child? The love between you and God. When God had said, you know what, love? You got to love yourself first before I can send you anybody else, right? Before I can send you your king or your queen, you got to learn how to love you first. But most people, we weren't looking for that type of love, right? No, we weren't looking for that, child. No, we was looking for somebody to tell us if Mark loves us. Grand Rising, right? We was looking to see if such and such is cheating on us, right? You know, that's what most people come onto my live for, to see what's going on with their person. But what they did not understand, it was going to be so much deeper than that. It's never about your person. Come on, y'all. It's never about your person. It's never about anyone or anything outside of you. It's only about you, right? And when you realize that it's only about you, you will do what? Start loving you. Start showing yourself the love that you want somebody else to show you. You'll remember that the love above all is inside of you. Why? Because God is love, child, and God is inside of you. And as long as you believe in a higher purpose, then guess what? That higher purpose should be inside of you. Not as long as you believe in a higher purpose, then guess what? That higher purpose should be inside of you. Not outside. It's not outside. It's not a God that's outside. I don't know at what point we began to believe that God was outside of us, right? But God is inside. That God is inside. You value you a whole lot more. You're going to value the places you go. You're going to value decisions you make. Why? Because you love yourself too much to do dumb shit. Welcome to the live. Because you love love yourself too much to do dumb shit. All right, y'all. Welcome to the live. The only thing that I ask you guys to do is what? Tap, tap, tap the screen, right? Continue to tap the screen. Why? Because that's a sign of energy transference, child. The algorithms, don't get it twisted, okay? So if you're watching me and I am engaging and you love my pretty smile and all of those great things, right? Just tap the screen, y'all. Share the live. Send the gifts. The gifts are always appreciated, okay? We're going to get into the energy because one of the questions, your channel song, Soul from the Abyss. So let me tell you something, y'all. If y'all new to my live, I might be in the middle of talking and hear a message. Why? Because the messages will come through the comments that you guys leave, which is why I encourage you to comment, because I'll see a word, I'll see something, and there comes a message, right? I also listen to music in the background. The messages will come through the song as well. Why? Because songs were written, child. Your song, Soul from the Abyss. Name could be Nancy, Nadia, Amber. Sometimes you have to realize that your soul may not be like everyone else's soul, child. Sometimes your soul just a little different. See, this channel song is called Soul from the Abyss. Now, God had already told me last night that the live this morning, we were going to talk about why the chosen seem to feel lonely or alone. Like, why have there been such periods in life where you felt like there was nobody around? That is the topic, right? And this song, 717, y'all know that's my number, right? 7, I'm a life path number 7. 1 is always about new beginnings, right? So when you understand that this is a spiritual new beginning that you're experiencing in your life, guess what? You'll realize that your soul is from the abyss. Meaning it ain't like everybody else's soul, child. Your soul ain't like everybody else's soul, which means your life ain't been like everybody else's life. So when it goes back to these feelings of loneliness that I always get those questions about, which you have to realize that most times it's 2 things that are taking place. Number 1, right? You are being elevated, and in your elevation, you're also protected, right? So when you feel like you're alone or lonely, perhaps that's God's way of doing what? Protecting the gift of who you are. Why? Because you're elevating, child. And you can't have all these random ass people around you all the time, child. Right? You can't. So when you understand what's taking place in your life, you will change your perception of what you would consider to be lonely, right? Because you're not lonely. You're being protected as you ascend to your next level. Your soul is from the abyss. What does it mean? It's too big to encompass in any small area anyway, child. You can't hold yourself to a standard like this. Right? You can't hold yourself to a standard like this when your soul is literally from the abyss. Meaning, child, your soul expands far beyond what you could ever think or imagine. And that's why you have to do what? Just trust in God. Somebody, you just got to take your soul back from the abyss, child, and realize that it's a blessing, y'all. Sometimes it's a blessing. It ain't been easy, child. Our journeys ain't been easy, but they are meant to be a blessing. It's the only thing that gets difficult is you begin to despise the trials. You despise the tribulations. Child, somebody told you life was going to be easy, child. Somebody told you life was going to be so simple. Well, for average damn people, it is. Are you average? Because I'm not. I'm so confused, right? Are you average? Because if you average, then go and get on off my channel and go and have your average ass life. But over here, we are not average people. So guess what? We don't have average stories. But what we do have, child, is supernatural blessings. It's just the supernatural blessings of the Most High child. So confused, Rita, child. We're not average over here. So guess what? Yeah, life be a little hard. Yeah, life be a little difficult, child. Yeah, life be a little chaotic as well. However, let me tell y'all something about that chaos, because I talk about that as well. Life is only as chaotic as we make it. Repeat. Life is only as chaotic as we make it. repeat, okay? Life is only as hard as we make it. Why? Because we make choices and decisions. Somebody, your life is out of control because you don't obligated yourself to too much shit. And now you got to go to work. You got to get off work. You got to go do this. Then you got to go do that. Then you got to go do all of this shit. But guess what you did not do? You did not do anything for yourself. Somebody, your life is chaotic because you've overcommitted yourself. Oh, but you did that so that you could avoid what? Being alone. Come on. That's the topic, y'all. Y'all, that scammer has joined the Lady Empath 1111 _ I had no less than 5 people message me saying that 2 different people are inboxing them with my profile picture. So y'all, Grand Rising, JD, Love and Light, right? So please be careful, y'all. Never send anybody money. Don't take advice from people, and damn sure don't listen to them people. Block their asses. I will never inbox you first, ever. I will never inbox you first. If you send me a message, then I'm going to respond, but I will never inbox you, y'all. So please do not get scammed by these people. And if you see their pages, please report them. It's not me. I only have 1 page and 1 name. It ain't no underscores. It ain't nothing else other than the Lady Empath 1111, right? So please don't send people money. I don't ask for money. The only way to book with me is on my website. Okay, so if you don't go to my website, because I, me, she, her, child, we don't need to do that. Virginia, yours is coming out today, love. Your reading will be out today. All right, child, the nerve. That's what I be saying. Child, the nerve. You already blocked them. Thank you, love. All right. So we're talking about the why we as the chosen sometimes feel lonely. And what I was saying is what happens is you will form your whole life or feel your as the chosen sometimes feel lonely. And what I was saying is what happens is you will form your whole life or feel your whole life with stuff outside of you, right? Just because you don't want to feel like you alone or lonely. But what that does, y'all, is stop your connection to source. Why? Because, child, by the time you get up in the morning and you go work and you go pick the kid, that does, y'all, is stop your connection to source. Why? Because, child, by the time you get up in the morning and you go work and you go pick the kid, you ain't even had a chance to talk to God. You ain't had a chance to do nothing to yourself, for yourself, or by yourself. That is a trick. That is a message for somebody. Because there is some people who you have literally filled your life with so much shit that you don't even have time to hear from God, much less anything else. You got to slow down and take care of you. Them kids will be okay. Let me tell you how I know, because I have kids, right? And my daughter's life was gymnastics. So guess what? My life was gymnastics, but I wasn't crazy. I've always taken time for me. Right? But then, come on, let's talk about it. When I got to a point in my life where I was unhappy, right? With life, with my circumstances, with that ass marriage I was in, when all of that had happened, guess what? I filled my life with so much shit so that I would not have to deal with my circumstances. But guess what else? I also wasn't dealing with God, right? Child, I had done went and opened 3 nail salons. I got kids in sports. One was doing this, the other one still in gymnastics. I stayed gone. But what did that do? It only wears you out. Because all you're doing is avoiding the relationship that you need to have with God to get out of your current circumstances. That's a message for somebody. You filling your life with stuff because you're not happy with your life. But what you're also doing is cutting out that time that you're supposed to be spending with yourself, loving on yourself and pouring into yourself, because until you do that, you won't be able to elevate and get out of your current circumstances anyway. And then you're worn out. Right? And then you're worn out. And then you look up and you like, damn, what had happened to my life? Well, what happened was you were trying to avoid the circumstances of your life that only kept you stuck in the situation of your life. Because only God can bring you out of the situation anyway. And the circumstances are temporary. That's a message for somebody. I always tell y'all circumstances are temporary, right? That's why they call it circumstantial evidence. That shit ain't enough to convict nobody. You can't convict people on circumstantial evidence because it's not enough. Your circumstances will change. That is a message for somebody, right? But even if your circumstances are not going to change until you change the situation. Now, the situation is where the hell you at in your life right now. Right? Because you got to trust in God to get you out of the situation, because the circumstances are a result of the situation. That's a message for somebody. The circumstances that you find yourself in at this time is because you didn't take care of a certain situation in your life. And now that situation then kind of got out of control, and now you find yourself with these crazy circumstances of your life. But I told y'all, circumstances, y'all, are temporary. You just got to change your mind, right? You just got to change your mind. Somebody, you're misaligned. Wow. I usually cut my notifications off, y'all, and I just got a notification from a YouTube video. And this is someone that's on a journey to union. It says misalignment is the separation. Wow, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Misalignment is the separation. This is a message for somebody, right? You feel like you are in separation from your person, right? You over here like, oh my God, what happened to my person? They aren't talking to me. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, wait, but misalignment causes the separation. God ain't going to align you with people who are not, or bring you together with people if you are misaligned. That's when they go back to the whole unequally yoked thing. Now, I don't care what you term it, because we all have terms for the same thing, child. For the spiritual community, we may call it misalignment. For my biblical people, y'all may say unequally yoked. It does not matter, y'all. We all believe the same thing. And the crazy thing is we just formulate it in different terms. And then y'all say that we different. We ain't different, child. We all the same. But what you got to realize is that some of y'all was just unequally yoked and the rest of y'all was just misaligned. And it's not that it's not your person. It's that you guys are misaligned. And now you over here talking about you feel lonely or you are alone, right? Because that is the topic of today's live. Why the chosen feel alone or lonely, right? It's none of that. It's misalignment. Why? Because God ain't going to fill your life with people who do not align with you after you awaken. Let's talk about it. After you realize that God is the all-ruling person in your life, right? And you trust and you believe in God, right? You can no longer embrace people, places, or situations that are not aligned. That's all that's taking place. Oh, somebody. Child, you just getting a realignment. It's 727. It's 727. You just had to go and get that front end alignment, child. That's all it is. It's spiritual alignment. Y'all, come on. The number 2 is alignment. 7 is spirituality. 222 is alignment. 7 is spirituality. Child, you just getting a spiritual alignment. That's all. She on fire this morning, child. I told y'all, I slept 12 hours. I wasn't feeling good yesterday, y'all. I felt like I was catching a cold, so I was asleep by 8 o'clock. Child, I woke up this morning. I still got a little scratchy throat, but she is on fire because I woke up and this message was already in my spirit. And God said, talk about why the chosen feel alone or lonely. And it's just because you cannot allow people around you who do not align with who God is calling you to be. You may not be there yet, child, but you being called in that direction. So guess what? You are not lonely. You just being realigned. Somebody put that in the comments. I'm being realigned. Put that in the comments. I'm just being realigned. That's all it is, y'all. Y'all just being realigned. You didn't realize that, right? You thought that people was walking away from you. You thought you had lost some shit. You thought that you was over there by yourself because your ex was crazy and because you hurt and you damaged and you going through your trauma. Those are none of the reasons why, because God is taking care of all of that anyway. The reason that you are there by yourself alone is because people who do not align with you cannot be around you. You just being realigned. Some of those old friends don't resonate with you no more, and that's okay. Why? Because you're being realigned, right? Some of some of y'all damn parents don't even align with y'all, but it's okay. Why? Because you being realigned. But see, the thing is, when we in that realignment period, child, sometimes it's a little shaky. Now, you ever tried to drive a car that need to be aligned or something going on with the caliper things? I don't know. God is telling me, I don't know nothing about cars, but I'm hearing something about when you go and you shaking like this because you putting on brakes, but something is going on. So the damn car is shaking. Oh, it's just telling you the chaos. The shaking is because your ass need a front alignment. You need to be realigned. You need to be realigned. So when you begin to see these people around you for who they truly are, why? Because your damn third eye is on fleek now. So you clearly see people for who they are. Come on, Sean. So now you over here like, oh, this shit don't feel good no more. Keep putting on them brakes and that car keeps shaking like this. At some point, you're going to be like, man, if I don't get this shit fixed, or your damn front tire's going to fall off. That's a message for somebody, right? You better go through that realignment because ain't nobody got time. But what's taking place is making you very uncomfortable, right? I love it, JD. Like what you do, you feeling uncomfortable, child. You over here shaking. I'm picturing, y'all know how you go to the little arcade. My baby loves to get on them damn things. You go to the arcade and you on that damn simulator and the damn you lay back on this damn roller coaster and this damn thing shaking you to death, child. Your ears be ringing and hurting and you be like, why did I just get on that shit? I can't wait till I get off of this, child. You got to get off of it. You being realigned. Thank you, Robin. So that's what we have to understand, y'all. I told you that's the message God gave me. I slept like 10 hours, y'all. So I'm on 10. I went to bed. I was not feeling well. I went to sleep at like 8 o'clock and was knocked out. And I got up this morning with this damn message, right? So you got to understand, y'all. Y'all not lonely. You're not alone. You're not any of those things. What you're doing is being realigned with your soul tribe. But sometimes it's uncomfortable, child. Sometimes you just may not, you look around and you just kind of like, what is going on, right? Rich rising, right? But you have to understand that you can no longer stay around people who do not align with where God is taking you. Welcome to the live of y'all new. Welcome to the live. If you knew, I am the Lady Empath 1111, y'all. I ain't no tarot reader. I read energy. I get messages from the Most High to give to you. They'll come through the songs. They'll come through scripture. They'll come through cards. Somebody, you're experiencing an activated earth and you're in the waiting room. See, I told y'all I don't read the cards. They read me. We got activated earth and wait. See, that is why you are feeling alone, child. You in the waiting room. Now, you know when you get in that waiting room, child. Now, most waiting rooms are never comfortable. Let's talk about it. Woo! Because you ain't supposed to be there long. Wow. Waiting room, child. Now, most waiting rooms are never comfortable. Let's talk about it. Woo! Because you ain't supposed to be there long. Wow. I surprise myself sometimes, y'all. Or I should say God surprises me. Waiting rooms ain't comfortable, y'all. The waiting room usually be cold, number one. Your ass is in there freezing, okay? Tap the screen, share the line. Surprises me. Waiting rooms ain't comfortable, y'all. The waiting room usually be cold, number one. Your ass is in there freezing, okay? Tap the screen, share the line, and send the gift. Okay. The chairs and waiting room, how your ass be sitting up like this. Then you don't want to touch nobody because y'all close and shit. I ain't never seen no waiting room that is comfortable. Guess what though? You in the waiting room. You're in the waiting room, child. It says wait, okay? It says it's not yet time. Things are being woven, okay? Things are being woven. We just talked about it. Because why? The activated earth is taking place. What does that look like? It says power, places, right? Lay lines. Trust where you're led. I don't make it up. You gotta trust where you being led. Why? Because you in the waiting room, child. Now put your mask on, because you know in them waiting rooms it be nasty, child. It be a lot of people in there. Oh, but not your waiting room, right? Because that's why you feel alone. That's why you feel like there's nobody around. You can't have all these goddamn people around you and then you gonna get sick while you in the waiting room. No. So sometimes you may feel a little lonely. Sometimes you may feel like nobody understands you. Sometimes you are 1000% accurate. They don't understand you because they are not like you. They ain't like us. Y'all think he wrote that song for no damn reason? They not like us. And when you realize they ain't like you, you don't want their asses around you anyway. Let's talk about it, okay? I don't want nobody around me that ain't like me. If you ain't like me, then what I want to entertain you for? So instead of you saying I am lonely or I feel alone, just say, guess what, child? I'm in the waiting room. I'm in the waiting room. My number about to be called as soon as my time. When is your time, child? Your number, it's going to be called. Let's talk about it, y'all. God on fire this morning, child. I don't know. I'm over here half sick, sipping on therapy. but the messages will come out. This will be posted to my YouTube later today, guys. I posted the live from yesterday. So now once I go live later on, once it downloads, I can now put it on my YouTube channel. So if you get a message during this live and you want to go back and listen to it, and moderators, remind them in the comments a few times that this will be on my YouTube channel. My YouTube is Queen of Kings Tarot. Why? Because behind every king, child, is us, me, she, her, right? The queen. And you got to understand that, child, we got to do what? Protect the king. We are spiritual protection, y'all, which means you got to be wise, you got to be healed, and you got to be ready to do your job, child. Ain't no kingdoms without a queen. I'm so confused. You are the queen of your life and everybody else's life. Why? Because you got the womb. And without us, they can't even procreate, y'all. So stop living beneath. And see, this is the problem I have. Let's talk about it. Because I'm finna ruffle some feathers, but I'm finna talk about it. This is the problem I have with religion. Because religion puts women subservient to men. But I'm so confused. Because y'all couldn't populate this earth without us. We are the queens. Oh, but we respect our kings. Don't get it twisted. Thank you, love. Right? Thank you. But what you got to understand is you ain't subservient, child. This world don't spin without you. Right? It does not. Because I ain't never seen no man have no babies and populate this world. But what you have never been taught, my love, is to love yourself, cherish yourself, and know who you are. And when you know who you are, you hold your head up and say, guess what? This motherfucking earth don't move without my womb. Why? Because you cultivate what's yours. Don't get on my live no more talking about does such and such love me? Will such and such choose me? Why? Because when you know who you are, you're always chosen. That's a message for somebody who thought you was going to come on my live and say, will Jack choose me? Does Anthony want me? Does Brian care? We don't give a fuck. Why? Because you are the queen, and the king will always recognize the queen. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Your king will always recognize who you are. So you ain't never got to ask by somebody else. Child, that's a message for somebody. Welcome to the live, y'all. I ain't got no filter. I just say whatever God tells me to say, okay? Love deep. Someone's name could be Liz, Elizabeth, or Lizzie, right? Faith, Felicia. You love deep, but you're called to love deep. But when you realize the love that you pour into people, right, you return that to you. You may not get it from the people, y'all, but the issue becomes we pour love into people, and then when they don't give us back the same measure of love that we poured into them, now you mad, now you hurt. Because you love deep, but guess what? You're called to love deep. Because when you love deep, guess what? Even if it ain't coming from them people that you thought you loved, it's coming regardless. And it always does. You just got to remember that. This is about creation. It's 737. 3 is creation. We still in the spiritual number of 7, y'all. It's about creation. It's about what you're creating for yourself. The number 3 in tarot is the Empress. When you realize that you are the Empress, then you'll realize that, guess what? I'm just in the waiting room, child of my life. It's okay. I'm just in the waiting room, right? And when you understand you in the waiting room, child, they are activating an earth for you. What is that? Your earth. It's an activated earth, but you got to wait because it's being prepared. Somebody, it's just being prepared. It's just being prepared. See, come on. When you in the waiting room at the hospital, what are they doing? Preparing your room. Right? When you in the waiting room, what are you doing? Preparing to go some damn well. You ain't going to be in that waiting room forever. I'm so confused. Right? I'm so confused. You know that you ain't going to be in the waiting room forever. You know something is being prepared on the other side of them doors is what I'm hearing. Wow. Yeah. The seeds of Mentaka. Somebody, you have a great connection to water. And what you're now doing is seeing the potential within yourself. See, you're bringing the unconsciousness to light. What is the unconsciousness, y'all? What it is that you truly want at a soul level. You just bringing it to life now, y'all. The unconsciousness is those dreams, right? Those things that lie deep within us. And when we sleep and we can't control our thoughts, you know, when you gotta just kind of give it to God, right? Those unconscious sides of you is what you're building. See, you seeing the potential of what's taking place around you, but now you just got to bring it to light. And that starts with you seeing the big picture of karmic relationships. Wow. Somebody. Right? You got to see the big picture of karmic relationships. I didn't even know it was a karmic card in this deck. I done had this deck probably. This is one of my first decks. Now that I say, I ain't never seen this card. It's 4 years. I've never seen this card. Didn't even know this damn deck had a karmic card in it. Child, it says you got to see big picture thinking and karmic relationships. See, this is the polarity dealing with your soul growth and conflict. That is why you're in the waiting room as we speak. Why? Because you are being purged of all karmic relationships. What is that? You are learning the lessons that God is teaching you. And when you learn the lesson, child, the relationships, the people, the places, the thing, they all got to go. Because you got a big picture thinking. See, the big picture says what? I don't just see what's in front of me. I see beyond, right? I see beyond. I see the grand scope of things. And the grand scope of things, them damn people ain't never mattered anyway. You got to take care. Someone's name could be Kirby, Corby. You got to take care. Ain't got no place to rest your head. This load is way too heavy, carried by yourself. Take care of the hustle. Take care of your mama. Take care of your sister. You got to do all of those things, but nowhere are you taking care of yourself. But please, take care of you. Yeah, that's the song, Take Care by Kirby. Please take care of you, right? It doesn't matter if you're taking care of your mama. It don't matter if you're taking care of your sister. It don't matter if you're taking care of your damn kids. None of that matters if you're not taking care of you. And that's so confusing to me, y'all, that people sacrifice their own health and well-being. I just got to take care of my kids. Well, they ain't going to have no mama. And they ain't gonna have no daddy if you're not taking care of you. So why do you feel like that matters? There is no one or nothing in this world that matters above you. Let's be clear. My own kids don't matter above me. Why? Because if I'm not here, who the hell gonna take care of them anyway? That's a message for somebody. Take care of hustle. Take care of mama. Take care of sister. You trying to take care of all this stuff. Take care of brother. Take care of this. But the person you are not taking care of yourself. I'm so confused. Oh, because the world tells us that, though. The world tells us to self-sacrifice. The world tells us to be a great person when you grow up and you got to take care of your mama. Why? Because she gave birth to you. Her ass should have had a life of her own. My son don't got to take care of me. My daughter ain't got to take care of me. My kids ain't got to do shit for me. Why? Because I'm the legacy builder. I leave the legacy for them. It ain't vice versa. And the issue becomes people don't teach all that. So soon as things go wrong, you feel like you got to take care of everybody in your family. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. What I'm doing right now in my life is building a legacy for my kids. So guess what? They ain't never got to take care of me. I can take care of me, and I done left them some shit to help them take care of themselves to do what? Build a legacy for their kids. And then that's how you move generational wealth forward. Let's talk about it, y'all. Generational wealth don't move backwards. That shit don't go in the reverse. Confused. Generational wealth don't go backwards, y'all. It does not. Because you're supposed to build an inheritance and leave it for your children. Now, just because your ass ain't do right and build the inheritance don't mean I gotta stop what I'm doing to take care of your ass. Your ass should have built the inheritance because what I got right here is for my kids. Let's be clear. Rise and shine, child. Because she is on one this morning. I don't know. I slept too many hours, y'all. I told y'all I slept about 10, 11 hours last night. I am up. Okay? But people do not tell you that, y'all. So you breaking your ass to take care of all of these people who had the same opportunities and choices that you had in life. And when they do not do right by their choices and opportunities, it is not your problem. Your only obligation is to your legacy. That's a message for somebody. Hey You by Floetry. That's your message. Hey You by Floetry. Hey, you, what you building is your own legacy. Hey, you, what's taking place is that you are in the waiting room. Why? Because the place is being prepared for you. Now, some of us, you in the waiting room longer than others, because if God give it to you now, you going to give it away. I'm going to buy my mama a house. I'm going to buy my daddy a da-da-da-da-da. Now, let's be clear. I'm all for supporting people if that is what you choose and desire, if they deserve it, right? If they have supported you in your endeavors, not because you feel obligated and not because people are using you as a damn crutch. Because let me tell you something, when you give it to them and they lose it all, now your ass gonna be mad because you could have built your legacy with it. Somebody, it's the karmic relationships, and you got to have what? Big picture thinking. Remember? That's what we were talking about. And the overall topic, y'all, this morning is about loneliness and why the chosen feel like you're alone or you're lonely. And it's not that you alone aren't lonely at all. It's just that you are in the waiting room because something is being prepared on the other side. What is being prepared? The activated earth. The activated earth is being prepared on the other side, but you got to release. Right? You got to release and see the potential of everything that's taking place around you. And the big picture says that you cannot have what you want if you got karmic relationships around you. Because this is soul growth. Right? This is about soul growth. And if your soul is growing and people around you are causing you conflict, guess what you're being called to have? A courageous heart. I never looked down at the card, child. You're being called to have a courageous heart. It says it takes courage, child, to follow your heart. Especially when the path is unknown, child. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead you to your true destiny. Somebody, your heart is leading you away from people, places, and things that no longer serve your greatest potential and highest good. But you don't understand, so you trying to hold on to it. Yeah, see, you have caring connections coming up, y'all. Caring connections. Some could like dolphins or resonate with dolphins. But what this means is you can't have karmic relationships around you with caring connections. Why? Because those are polar opposites. And guess what happens? That repels. You're going to repel it, right? The two repel each other. It repels. Why? Because there are different polarities, y'all. And we are all energy, which is polarizing. We have polarities, but you can't have a karmic relationship with a caring connection. That don't work. So now what you want is moving away from you. Because you got to clear out the karmic relationships first. You can't take your old friends and new friends in the same place, then that's a problem. That's a message for somebody. If you got one certain group of friends that you hang with and you can't take your other group of friends around that group of friends, then there's a problem. Why? Because someone there is disingenuous. Sorry, she on one this morning. Welcome to the live. It's 747. 4 is about foundation and stability and alignment, right? We still on the number 7, spirituality, right? You cannot align yourself with two different people. Somebody, you got karmic friends still, but then you also have caring connections. The issue becomes, who are you in the middle? I'm going to have to say it, y'all, because I got a feeling that I'm stepping on toes this morning, child. Florida water. Yeah. Because God asking you a whole question. Right? A whole question. Which are you going to choose? Because the two can't live together. That's when we were talking about unequally yoked or misalignment, right? My church people say unequally yoked. My spiritual people say misaligned. Either way, y'all asses don't see eye to eye. So then what you going to do is what I'm hearing, right? Because you can't get to your caring connections if you still dealing with karmic relationships. But you over here talking about you feel alone and lonely. Welcome to the live, y'all. Welcome to the live. I am the Lady Empath, 1111 child. I ain't no tarot card reader. I read your energy, right? The cards read me. The songs come up in the background. I'm a channel through God, source. Follow me if y'all like the content of you just like me. But most of all, you got to tap the screen, y'all, because we should have been at 50,000 likes with 170 people watching. Y'all need to tap the screen. Why? Because that's energy transfer. And I read energy. Your sunshine has come, child. Has come. Your sunshine done come, child. and there's no rain. All peace and blessings to Angie Stone. No more rain is your channel song. All peace and blessings to Angie Stone. No more rain. Somebody, the rain that you're experiencing in your life is because you're trying to hold on to an old version of you. God is trying to purge, right? Because the rain is washing, right? The rain is washing. And God is coming to bring the rain to wash away, right, some of the trials and tribulations, but you holding on to it. You got to let it go. You got to let it go, right? God ain't going to force you to let go of old ways, old people, old places, and old things. She's just not. Yes, my God is a she. Your God can be whatever your God is. My God is a she. All right? And she's not going to allow that. So what you have to do is release, right? These karmic relationships. Let me cut my phone on Do Not Disturb. Child, tell them Marker to start at 8 o'clock. Them jokers look, they be on time with they roto dial. My phone just be on Do Not Disturb, right? Someone, you want caring connections, right? It says a new supportive relationship is on the horizon. It might be a kindred spirit or possibly even romance. It could be someone new or the deepening of an existing relationship. Open your heart to this new connection. Somebody, you have a new connection or a renewal coming, but you got to do what? Purge yourself of the karmic relationships first, because someone who is nice, beautiful, wonderful, full of love and light, they ain't trying to be around that dark shit. So now you got a strategy and plan. I got strategy and planning, right? You got to figure out what it is that you want for yourself, because as God begins to elevate you, there's a purging that has to take place. See, your actions have taken you to a new phase in your spiritual evolution. You are entering a new phase of your spiritual evolution, child. But what you got to do is get rid of anything that has been prohibiting you from moving forward. It comes with a strategy. And this is a strategy for the highest possible outcome. What does that look like for you, right? What is your highest outcome? And then ask for assistance. Child professional assistance is here. Somebody, you need to see a professional. And it's okay. If you can't figure out your life for yourself, please do. Hell, schedule a life coaching session. They on my website. Okay, life coaching. But someone, it literally says professional assistance because you've been trying to do it on your own. But it says it may be time to seek wise counsel, right? This could be in any life area, from legal or financial advice or more personal needs such as counseling or therapy. Somebody, it's time. Right? You try to do it on your own, and that's fine. That's admirable, right? It is. But sometimes your trauma is deeper than you. Sometimes your trauma is deeper than listening to tarot card readings, right? Sometimes your trauma is deeper than that. Why? Because if you're unhealed, how you going to recognize the areas in your life that need to be healed unless you are spiritually elevated? Now, if you are spiritually elevated, you and God can work that thing out together, gang, right? But if you are not, then you need assistance. Because you all cry out. There is no more pain, right? There's no hiding. You hurting, right? Crying in the pillow, right? Raindrops. You can't even smile. But there's no more rain in this house. What does that mean? You got to get up out of there. What you think God just going to pluck your ass up? Somebody, you got to have faith, right? You got to have faith. It's about your faith. You could be seeing crows, vultures, right? It says it's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still you must do exactly that, child, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways, child, that you never imagined were possible. Somebody, it's a test of your faith. And as soon as you make this faith move, come on, Siobhan, this is about yesterday. This is for you, love, right? When you make that faith move, everything else. Why? Because when you surround yourself with karmic relationships, you cannot embrace a caring connection because the two don't live together. Soul sister Bilal and Raphael Sadiq, right? These two cannot live together. So now you got to have faith. Yeah, if you need to strategize and plan, then so be it, right? If you got to get professional assistance, so be it, right? But you still got to have faith. You still got to have faith. If anybody is interested in this recorded version, it will be on my YouTube. It'll be posted on my YouTube in a few hours. I have to download them and then I post them to YouTube. So if this is resonating, follow my YouTube channel. This will be posted later on today. It's Queen of Kings Tarot. The moderators can drop it. All right. You got to have faith in whatever this is, right? Because because you're expanding. Wow. Beautiful messages this morning, y'all. Beautiful messages. And we started off with the general topic of why the chosen feel lonely and alone. Right? Why do the chosen feel lonely and alone? And it's simply because you're in the waiting room, because your new earth is being activated. And as it is being activated, it's being purged. You got to see the big picture. And the big picture says, get rid of karmic relationships if you want to have caring connections. Tap the screen, y'all. By 8:20, we got to be at 100,000, and that's actually behind, but let's tap the screen. All right. You're being called to expand. Send the gifts. They are appreciated. With 203 people watching, y'all don't appreciate me enough to hit the little gift thing down there, child. Hit the little gift thing, child. Share the live. Comment it up, y'all. All right. It says expand. It says you're being asked to expand. Right? You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe in the known, child, it's no longer. It ain't about you playing it safe no more is what I'm hearing, child. It says, look, and staying safe in the known, it's no longer working, child. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. You're being called to imagine the possibility of what's taking place around you. And sometimes it's uncomfortable, right? Because you've never been in receiving mode. See how this person's hands up and they ready to receive? Why? You always been in giving mode, child. You give, and people take, they take. Well, now God is putting you in receiving mode so that you can receive, right? So that you can receive. It's no longer about you giving. It's about you receiving. Soul sister, you are expanding. Boundless possibilities at the bottom of the deck. Right? Boundless possibilities. Grand Rising, you have boundless possibilities, but it comes with you making decisions to go and step out there on that ledge, child. See how this little boy stepping out there on that ledge, right? You may fall off the ledge, but God got you. You gonna swim, right? But you got to step out there. It says you are standing at the edge of limitless potential. Don't limit your dreams based on past experiences. Somebody, you won't move forward in what God is showing you because you're basing it on what had happened was in your past. But you are no longer that person. So guess what? When things happen, when you're in karmic and toxic energy, that's one thing. But when you are in the energy of loving God, love, and light, then you have a different outcome. Somebody, you are basing this outcome on a past experience. This is a relationship for somebody. You are in a relationship or you have a relationship coming, but you cannot base this new thing coming on past karmic shit because you're no longer that person. That's why you have to purge yourself of karmic relationships. Why? Because when you stay around these people who remind you of the old version of you, guess what? They keep your ass in Karmicville. That's a message for somebody. People from your past are keeping you in Karmicville. So now you can't even identify with the caring connections that God is sending into your life because of Karmicville. Get out of Karmicville, please. Get out of Karmicville. What does that mean? You still sitting around people from your past who remind you of your past. They ain't trying to do shit to move their life forward, but they consistently remind you of your past. So now when you meet someone who truly loves you, who truly sees you, who truly values you, you stuck in the past of that person that hurt me, that person who cheated on me, that person who wasn't loyal, you stuck on all of that shit when God is trying to tell you, damn, you ain't no longer that person. So why is we still thinking about that stuff? Thank you, love. Help me meet my live goal, y'all. Right? You got to get out of Karmicville, though. When you are in Karmicville, guess what happens? You have karmic mindset. Somebody, you have boundless potential, but you got to get out of your karmic mindset. And that's real. Why? Because you're no longer that person. You are becoming the one that God has called you to be. Good morning, love. Good morning, Chelsea. Right? What is that? Self-love. Come on, y'all. I don't make it up. It's self-love. When you love yourself, you purge yourself of any relationships that devalue you, right? If somebody is around me and they don't elevate me, they don't bring me up, then why are we holding on to these people? Oh, because you don't want to be alone. Yeah. You don't want to be lonely. Yeah, I told y'all that was a message God gave me last night. Y'all woke up this morning ready for this message. Took notes and all, okay? Because this is what keeps us in karmic relationships. The fact that we don't want to be alone and we don't want to be lonely. But guess what had happened was you can't get to the caring connections with the karmic people because I done told you they polarize each other. People that uplift you ain't finna be in a room with karmic ass people because the energy is too thick is what I heard. The energy is too thick. And people like me read energy. So guess what? If you got a bunch of karmic ass people around you and then you bring me into that, what I'm going to look like? Ooh, I can't breathe in this mug. I got to go. Okay? So guess what though? You can't breathe in that shit either. It's just that you still trying to pretend like you like them. You not like them. Thank you, love. You're not like them. They ain't like us, right? They not like us. But somebody, you still trying to fit in with people who are not like you when God is calling you to expand into caring connections. And it starts with self-love. Thank you, love. Somebody say, I don't even want to fuss and fight no more, child. I got work to do. Mary Jane. Right, somebody smoking this morning. Mary Jane by Mary J. Blige. But it says, right, I just want to make it right. You don't have time. You need to be around people who elevate you, who uplift you, right? That's what it's about. But it starts with you loving yourself, child. It says you are worthy and deserving, child, of all the abundance in the universe. Treat yourself with the love and respect you desire, and others will follow. Come on. Others will follow. So guess what that means? When you begin to cut off these karmic relationships, the universe is automatically going to bring in people that are going to love you, who are going to elevate you, who are going to support you, who are going to pour into you. But guess what? If you can't take these new people and these old people together and put them in one room because you're uncomfortable, then that means you ain't supposed to be with them old people no more. Somebody, you're being pushed out of your comfort zone, but you're still trying to hold on to these old people. And that is inauthentic. God don't like inauthenticity because what does that mean? You can't show up and be you? If God is in you, I'm so confused. If God is in you, why you can't show up and be you? Why not? Shit, I show up on TikTok every morning and be me. Thousands of views that come across my screen. You think I give a fuck about what people think? Why can't you show up and be you, right? And if you cannot show up and be you, then why are you still hanging around these people? Now, we need to go a little deeper then. Why? You may need to look into it, right? Why do you not have the ability to cut people off? Why do you not have the ability to honor yourself? I told you, I don't make it up. You a whole king. This is for a masculine or a queen, right? See that crown on your head? Right? See that crown on your head? I'm confused. Why you cannot honor yourself? Because that's all this is about, is honoring yourself. It ain't about honoring other people. We don't give a fuck about other people. We honor ourselves over here. And when you honor yourself, you're not going to be around people who dishonor you or who even dishonor themselves, y'all. Maybe you saying, okay, I'm hanging out with these people because they don't do nothing to me. Shit, they ain't never hurt me, but they're hurting themselves. So how is that honoring you? If they hurting themselves and I can't be around people that's dishonoring themselves. I used to be able to do that shit. I did. But when you elevate at some point in your elevation and your awakening, you won't even be able to be around people who dishonor themselves. Shit, they ain't disrespecting you, but they disrespecting themselves. Why? Because they lying, they cheating, they stealing, they doing all this toxic ass, low vibrational shit. Right? And you can't even stand to be around them. Why? Because they're dishonoring themselves. And you as a collective, as an awakened collective, you don't hang around people that dishonor themselves. Don't do that. Why? Because you honor yourself. And when you honor yourself, you only hang around with people who do what? The same. 222, that's alignment. Thank you, love. 222 viewers, that's alignment, y'all. Hey, love. Right? So that's what you're learning. Even in the place of sometimes being lonely and sometimes feeling like you don't have people around, it does not matter. You still have to make honoring decisions. It says, recognize the hard work you've put in and get where you are today. Instead of thinking how y'all, these words is little. Hold on, child. Let's start that over. Okay. It says, recognize the hard work you put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go. Remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud, right? You may not be where you want to be, but your damn show ain't where you used to be. So you need to honor that. Somebody, that's all you need to honor. You might say, well, you know what, God, I'm not where I want to be, but I damn show ain't where I used to be. And I damn sure won't resonate with these karmic ass relationships. So what does that look like? Then you got to get away, right? Then you got to change it. Oh, okay. Spirit said, let's talk about the shadow aspects to what we holding on to then. Come on. Because see, there's a lesson. There's lessons into why we hold on to people, places, and things, right? That God is trying to release us from. There are lessons in all of this, y'all. So we're going to see what the lessons is. Y'all want to hear the lesson? Miss Siobhan, I'm uh-oh. Don't make me laugh, girl. Look, your channel song is Can't Explain. Somebody, you live on 42nd Street. You grew up on 42nd Street. 42nd Street could be significant. Can't Explain by Jill Scott is your channel song. We're going to look at the divine lesson. See, there's always divine lessons that need to be learned. Now, these cards got little words, so don't laugh at me if I put on my reading glasses, y'all. Hold on. All right, y'all, we're going to look at the spiritual lesson. I got to get off at about 8:25 to take my baby to school. So we're going to look at the spiritual lesson of what it is that's keeping you stuck in karmic relationships or karmic patterns, right? If you want this recording, it will be on my YouTube later on today in a few hours. I got to download it, then I'll upload it to YouTube. So it'll be loaded in a few hours. Well, shit. At the bottom of the deck is the Lovers, but I ain't going to take it. We're going to see. For a lot of y'all, though, it's dealing with people who are not your true divine counterparts. But we'll see. What's the divine lessons? All right, divine lessons. All right, someone. Wow, hold on. Let's get reading glasses because this is about a teacher or someone who was supposed to be a teacher or a mentor to you. And I feel like you took it another way. Y'all like my reading glasses? Child, hold on. I can't see these cards now. Okay, it's a false guide. Come on. Somebody, this is for all of us, y'all. I can't say at some point in your life you have had a false guide. So a lot of the lessons that you're learning right now is to follow your own damn intuition, because it says this is someone who demands respect with none in return, using their position to feed their ego rather than enlightened minds. Whether through favoritism, belittlement, or withholding knowledge, they taught you that wisdom isn't found in the titles of the delivering, can't even get it out, mutilated messages. This is someone who delivers mutilated messages. Y'all know what that is when y'all be listening to them crazy ass tarot readers and getting readers from people that ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. And now you over here trying to learn something from people that ain't got shit. I done told y'all about that, right? We do stuff over here in elevation. Don't learn from nobody that can't teach themselves shit. If you, let me tell you something, child. I'm gonna take my glasses off. Okay, because if you had any power, let me tell you, you wouldn't be over here in poverty. Right, you wouldn't be over here in poverty. And y'all over here getting readings from these karmic ass people that don't know shit. Right? Y'all gotta watch who y'all allow counsel y'all. Because this is what this is. This is people who y'all go to for counsel, for teachings, right? But these people are teaching out of a mutilated mindset, right? They're singing mutilated messages and they confusing y'all asses. Y'all better stop listening to crazy people. Because this is what this is. That's that teacher energy of going to people for wise counsel. And what they're doing is sending y'all messages that's confusing you even more. Why? Because you're not trusting God inside. You have a level of a discernment. We all do. Somebody, these are co-workers. It says co-workers. Hold on. Let me put my glasses back on. All right, it says smiling backstabbers. Even if it's not co-workers, y'all, it is people around you, right? These are smiling backstabbers. Somebody, you got karmic ass relationships at work too, though. Let's be clear. You dealing with these people at work and you don't even like them. Like y'all wouldn't even be friends if it wasn't from work. Well, I'm so confused. Why? Because I'm friends with you. I don't give a fuck regardless, right? Like if I wouldn't be friends with you, I don't care if you my family member. If I met you on the street and we wouldn't be friends, then guess what? We ain't friends now. I'm so confused, right? We're relatives. We are related. But y'all gotta watch. Just because you work with people every day don't make them y'all friends. Somebody, you got karmic ass co-workers. It's 808. 8 is manifestation. 8 is manifestation. It says they pretend to be an ally, but whisper behind closed doors, stepping over you to climb higher. From them, you learn that not all team players play fair, and loyalty in the workplace is often nothing more than an illusion. That shit is an illusion. Why y'all trust people y'all work with? Y'all don't know these damn people. Somebody you confide in your business and people that you work with, and them people don't care nothing about you. Somebody, it's a parental figure. Come on. It's a parental figure that made you feel real small. See that big giant and this little person? This is someone who overbearing, overshadowed you. I ain't even read the part yet, but I see this is somebody who they were overbearing to you, and you could have been afraid of this person because that looked like a whole giant to a little child. It says through lack of guidance and care, you learn the power of self-reliance. Somebody, you had to only rely on yourself as a child because you had parental figures who could not show up and stand up and be there for you. So now you had to rely on yourself. It says through continual letdowns. This is somebody, daddy or mama, who continually let them down. I'm going to be there to pick you up and don't show up. I'm going to do this and do that for you and don't, right? It says their presence shaped your ability to nurture and protect yourself. Right? See, when we have these type of parental figures, child, it impedes upon our ability to trust people, right? If I can't trust my father to come pick me up the day he say he coming, then who am I supposed to trust, right? If I can't trust my mama to love me and take care of my emotions and not call me a punk for crying and not tell me to shut up and all of that crazy stuff that people's parents do because they asses is hurt, then who can I trust, right? Who can I trust if I can't come to my mama and cry and she console me and she love me versus telling me to stop being soft? That's a message for somebody. Your parents or parental figures, because this may not be a parent, it could be a grandparent, it could be an aunt, it could be an uncle. It's a parental figure. And when you have these parental figures who do not teach you to honor your emotions, guess what you do? Cut them off. You cut the emotions off, right? If people telling you crying all the time, then guess what? At some point, you're going to stop crying. But what does that crying turn to? Anger. Let's talk about it. I'm an empath, y'all. I was always a crier. Thank you, love. I've always been a crier. Why? Because we feel emotions. We talked about this yesterday about empathy, right? So when you're an empath, you cry a lot, child. So you grow up as a child and you crying to the point where you get sick of people telling you, stop crying. What you crying for? You always crying. So guess what? That turns into anger. And I was a very angry child, teenager. Right? Growing up my teenage years, I was pretty angry. I'm going to cuss you out. I'm going to talk. I'm going to do it all. Why? Because the emotions that people tell you not to exhibit as a child get built up, and it does turn into anger. Somebody, it's your parental figures. And nurture him, love. Right? Nurture him, love, even if he's crying. Now, what we do, though, is tell them how to honor those emotions, right? Because my baby's like that, too. She cry, oh, my God. But I teach her to honor them, and I teach her how to calm herself, though, right? You got to teach balance because you don't want to be overly emotional, but you want to say, okay, why are you feeling these emotions? Okay, but this is what it is. Why? Because these kids do feel deeply. If I'm an empath, why would my kids not be? But they don't know how to transmute the energy. We, as parents, are the guides. Come on. We as parents are the guides. So we are to guide our children. So instead of saying, shut up, what you crying for? Ask them, why are you crying? But why, love? Okay, but that's not a reason to cry. Okay, so let's go channel the energy, though. Let's go throw the ball. I don't give a damn what you tell them. Just figure out how to tell them to channel the energy. And what you do not do is stifle their emotions. Why? Because our emotions, y'all, is a connection to source, God, and our intuition. I intuit these messages because I feel them and I just follow the flow of energy, right? But you got to trust that inner voice, and that's the connection to God, and that's emotions. You got to feel the energy, y'all. And when you tell your kids, don't cry, right? Don't do this. You soft, all of that. You tell them to cut off their ability to feel. And when they cut off their ability to feel, guess what happened? They make bad decisions. Because they ain't consult with God first. They ain't listen to that little nudging in their stomach that say don't do that. Don't go to that crowd over there. Don't go left. Don't go right. Don't date that girl. Right? They don't listen to any of that because you told them to cut off their emotions. You told them don't feel. You told them don't cry. So now you mad because they make dumbass decisions when you told them not to embrace the emotions of who they are. Grand Rising. I got to get ready to go, y'all. Right? Somebody, your divine lesson is about understanding and listening to your body, right? That's the aches, the pains. 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is your channel song. Somebody, you could have been awakened at 3 a.m. this morning. Pay attention to your body, because a lot of it is purging some type of negative energy. It's like somebody, you may feel like you got a chronic illness. Hold on, y'all. I see that little puzzle piece. You may feel like you have a chronic illness, right? You may feel like you have a chronic illness, but a lot of it is the energy that needs to be processed out, right? You got to transmute energy. I tell y'all that you don't sit in energy, you transmute energy. What does that look like? You take the negative circumstances and situations in your life and you turn them into something positive. You don't sit in it, right? Sitting in it is what causes these chronic pains and chronic this and chronic that. Ain't shit chronic about me but my light. Look, ain't shit chronic with me but my light. And when you understand that, child, you will let go of all this other stuff. Oh, I got a headache every day. You claim that shit every day. Guess what? You're going to have it every day. Somebody, you over here claiming some chronic ass illness that God ain't told you got. You told you got that stuff. The doctors ain't even told you that. And if the doctors did tell you that, it's because you told them you had it. You ain't got no chronic illness. Ain't nothing wrong with you. All you need to do is pray and get out the bed and start doing things for yourself and taking care of your body. Vitamins, healthy living, detoxing, all of those things that bring you into grounding and natural alignment, and stop complaining about what you got, because what you got is gonna get you. I got diabetes, I got high blood pressure, I got all of this shit. Child, please, I ain't got nothing but love and light. All right, y'all, I got to get ready to go in a little bit, 5 minutes or so. Actually, we got 10 minutes. I want to get you guys some overall guidance for today as we move through this energy, guys. Make sure that you follow on my YouTube, Queen of Kings Tarot. This will be posted there, as well as other messages that I post periodically. I will be posting probably a Divine Masculine message there today. So if you want to hear what's going on with your person, since we didn't get that this morning, all right, then make sure you check out my YouTube. I will be posting messages from the Divine Masculine there today. All right, tomorrow is Wednesday, so y'all know what Wednesdays are, right? Wednesday. Come on, what's Wednesdays, y'all? Drop it in the comments for my newcomers. If y'all are new, welcome. I am the Lady Empath 1111. I am not a tarot card reader. I'm an empath. I read energy. The cards read me. The songs I interpret. I'm a direct channel through God's source. Nothing crazy over here. Make sure you guys follow here on TikTok as well, right? We're going to get y'all some messages for today, all right? We got 52 new followers so far, so give yourselves a hand of applause, right? 52 new followers. Tomorrow, y'all, is Wind Down Wednesday, child. Okay, Robin, tell them about it. Now, if you knew, child, on Wednesdays, we come in at 7 p.m. Now, tomorrow, we're going to get some love. Okay, tomorrow, we're going to look at your person. We're going to sip some wine. We're going to look at some tea, y'all. Y'all know I got that deck called, What's the Tea? Y'all know that deck is a little risque. Okay, so we're going to get some messages tomorrow night for Wind Down Wednesday, y'all. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right? So let's get you guys some closing messages for today, right? What are the closing messages? So we are changing our mindset, right, y'all? No more talking about you lonely or you alone, right? You just know that you are in the waiting room, waiting to get on the other side, right, of whatever this is that's being prepared for you, right? You just in the waiting room. And when you realize that you just in the waiting room, what is that period of time giving you? It's giving you time to purge, right? The karmic relationship, so that you can come into alignment with who God has for you. Right? Light and dark can't live in the same light, y'all. It can't. Light and dark cannot live together. So you can't take your light self over here to these dark ass people and think it's going to be comfortable. So God has you in the waiting room right now, preparing your new life, child. You just got to be ready for it. All right. Let's get some closing messages for the day. Make sure you guys are following. It's 818, y'all. 8 is manifestation. 1 is new beginnings. Now you know what your purpose is. Come on. I love the way my cards be coming out, y'all. Purpose, right? Now you know what your purpose is. Now you just listen to this live and you've been whole enlightened, and now you know what your purpose is. 818. You manifest the new beginning for yourself, y'all. 8 is manifestation. 1 is new beginning. Now you can walk in your purpose. It says discover your life. What? Discover and live your life's purpose. Discover and live your life's purpose. That's the overall guidance for today, y'all. Discover and live it. And that starts with you trusting, right? It says trust. Trust the process and your journey, right? Your journey may not look like everybody else's journey. You got to trust the process and trust the journey. Grand Rising, love, right? It starts with your creativity. Knowing that you're creative, right? You walk in that creativity, child. It says tap into your creative potential. Let's get to 100,000, y'all, before we end this live. Let's get to 100,000 before we end. It says tap into your creative potential. What does that look like, right? Taking that step of that leap of faith, right? Following the path that God has laid upon you, even if you don't know where it's leading you, right? You're just to follow the life path, child, because it's going to be an adventure anyway, and have fun with it, child. It says adventure and playfulness, right? So just have fun with it, y'all. Life is meant to be embraced, right? Life is an experience. Every day you wake up, y'all, is a new experience. Why? Because God gonna show you something new. God gonna tell you something new. Y'all, I wake up with expectancy every morning because God talked to me all day, child. And that shit be so enlightening. I be over here to my holy shit. Yeah, that's how me and God talk. We do. Like, holy shit, hey Rachel. And then I'd be like, oh my God, like if you wake up with expectancy of God talking to your ass every day, child, you'll wake up to me, okay, God, what we talking about today? What we talking about today? What we got going on today? That is the energy that you need to wake up into with expectancy, because you know, child, that God is always talking and always moving. Child, sometimes it's funny. It might be some karmic shit that pop off because you're elevated and grown, child. You eat the popcorn and you laugh at folk, child. Like you do. You just wake up every day. My best friend, that be me. I be waking up talking about, okay, I'm finna cut on YouTube. I'm finna hear something that's gonna be funny on there, or something gonna happen on the TV. Like, I literally live my life waking up because I know that I'm gonna receive messages all day long, and it just be funny. And whether it's enlightenment or whether it's karmic shit, y'all, you laugh at the karmic shit. It be funny to me, right? Why? Because it's playfulness. You just gotta lighten the mood. Somebody go play basketball today. I see 2 little boys on here playing basketball. Call your boys and go play basketball. Go and get you a game of pick up. What is it called? Pick up basketball. Go and play you some 21. I don't damn know, right? But it says bring playfulness and fun into your life, right? You're being encouraged to do that. My life path number is 7. My life path number is 7. Your life path is the add of your date of birth, right? The 2-digit month, 2-digit day, 4-digit year, and that gives you your life path number. I'm a life path 7, of course. Shit, spirituality. The king is a life path 8, child, manifestation. So over here, what we got? A whole bunch of fucking spiritual manifestation, child. We make it do. Okay, you better know the life path of your person too, y'all, because that works together. I'm a life path 7, you're life path 8. Here's his manifestation, mine is spirituality. So we go get it over here, okay? We just go get it. All right, somebody, it's your intention. All right, what are your intentions are for today? It says set clear and focused intentions. Clear and focused intentions. That's what that life path 8 is. See, when you a life path 8 and you set intentions, God gonna give it to you, because that's a part of your life path. 8 is manifestation. You just have to be intentional about what it is, and you always get it. Like, you watch people with a life path 8. Man, when the king say he wants something, I don't know how the hell he do it. He figure that shit out. I help where I can, and that shit come to pass. You got to know who you are. Mine is spirituality. Shit, I can just pray that shit down. He can manifest it, I can pray it. Guess what? We got it together. All right, passion. Somebody, passion is being restored. Life path 4 is foundations. You're someone who's very foundational, right? You like stability. Like, you don't like all that crazy. 1 is child, Dina, I love that. 1, because you have the ability to recreate yourself. You got a master number 11, right? 11, child, when you get 11 master number is your life path number, you know you is powerful, child. Okay, y'all, it's your passion, right? Allow your passions to continue to rise. All right, since we're talking about numbers, I'll close out with some angel numbers. All right, I'll close out with some angel numbers. All right, what are some closing angel numbers for today? So you guys may see these numbers today. All right, wow, we got 222. We were just talking about that. Right, we got 222. It says, I am balanced. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions, right? Trust that. So you can see 222 today. Every time you see that, know that you are balanced, right? It says, I am balanced. All right, your next number is 20. Y'all might see a lot of 2s today. Wow. Wow, it was 222 viewers. I didn't even see that. That's crazy. All right, we got the number 20. All right, 20 is I am harmonious. It says you relate to others on an almost cosmic level. You are dedicated to building harmonious relationships of all kinds. You have the ability to persuade others to your point of view by using gentle means. Child, you a gentle persuader. With that 20, you are a gentle persuader, right? You got a way of making people do shit you want them to do, but you do it gently. I love that. Let's get one more, y'all. All right, and then the number 18. 18 is your final way. It says, I am kind-hearted. It says you are both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure that your goals are aligned with the collective need and with the highest good of all. I am kind-hearted. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, guys. I will catch y'all tomorrow night for Wind Down Wednesday. All right, tomorrow night is Wind Down Wednesday. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys are following on YouTube. I will post this live in a few. Right? Did we meet our goal? Yes. And we met our 100,000 goal, y'all. Thank you guys so much. I love my TikTok collective. Y'all be riding. That's why the people on YouTube be jealous. And now I'm going to start posting my things on YouTube. They're going to real be jealous because I don't go live on YouTube, child. YouTube have crazy stuff on their lives. All these crazy stalking ass men and stuff be over there, so I don't go like y'all respectful. People on YouTube, they weird. All right, y'all. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing day. All love, all light. Thank you guys. Have an amazing day, guys.